What is up, YouTube? And today we have the balance adjustment preview for the 8th of May, so about 2 weeks from now. Basically, it's just going to be a patch note that will actually buff 2 characters, and this is a lot different from the ones we've had in the past. Usually these balance previews have like 10 characters and like 2 artifacts. This time around we only have 2 units in Fenris and New Kid Aiden, and I for one am open to this type of patch notes because I kind of like more frequent balance adjustments with, less characters being buffed at once. Because as we've seen in the past, when we have these huge balance patches, sometimes the meta gets completely flipped upside down. Some characters go from very strong to unplayable, and vice versa. But I think these smaller patch notes makes the meta more stable, and it makes it so that you don't get punished for summoning for certain characters, right? For example, if you summon for like a banner and the character that you summon for, suddenly a different unit gets reworked to counter that specific unit, then you kind of just wasted your summons, right? So I think these small gradual patches are a lot better for the state of the game and just in PvP in general. That being said, let's actually look at what's being changed. It's not like the craziest of patch notes because yes, it's only 2 characters, and also you're going to see that these 2 characters aren't really used that much anyways. But first off, we have Fenris. Only thing that's being changed is that the S3 is going to also see our push, the ally in the back row, and this is not going to change anything for PvP. He's not really playable at all in PvP currently. PvE, he's okay as an Earth Ranger. I think people were saying that this is mostly going to be for Rift, the next season of Rift when it comes out, because it ends soon. Probably Fenris will be like one of the better characters for it, so they're like preparing for it. So this makes it so that he'll probably be good in Rift. Allegedly, we'll have to see in the future when it comes out, but nothing really changes in his usage for now, but maybe in the future it'll end up being a good change. Next we have New Kid Aiden. So this is a pretty big change. New Kid Aiden is like a newer ML4 star that kind of was weird to play. She's like an evasion character but didn't really do much because she got ignored. Now you're gonna see that she does a ton more damage. First off, her S1, you're gonna see that if you're granted Vigor, it's not going to be an AoE attack anymore. You have to soul burn it for 10 souls. But you're going to see when you're granted Vigor now, a successful attack will do additional damage equivalent to the injuries inflicted on the target. So this is going to make it so that in injury teams, she's going to be very, very powerful. And if you pair her with like Urban Shadow Shu, with like ML Payra, you have like the full dark team that's getting a ton of evasion, and they're going to be super, super annoying together because they're stacking injuries and also kind of like detonating them. Also, you can throw in Death Duel Array there for full injury evasion dark team, which is very, very toxic. So this is a pretty good change. It's going to make her very strong in that team comp, and just in general, just do more damage overall. Next, we have her. Also, I want to mention this Soulburn S1, the way it's worded. I don't know if this is true, but it looks like when she Soulburns her S1, it'll do additional damage to everyone, which is going to be insane if it's true. So this is a pretty big change, right? Next, we have her S2. You're going to see that when she evades, she's going to counterattack down, which is extremely, extremely good. And this is going to be good because now, if she's getting focused down, which she used to before, and she evades, she's going to counterattack now and do a ton of damage. So I do believe that this will still do the, extra damage equivalent to injuries if she has Vigor. It doesn't say that it has to be on her turn only, so this is going to make her a lot more lethal. If you ignore her, she's just stacking injuries and doing a ton of damage. If you focus her, you risk the chance of her evading and counterattacking you and doing a ton of damage. Also, you're going to see that the combat readiness boost she's getting is buffed by double, going to 20% now instead of 10, which is insane. So yeah, she's just going to cycle super fast and do a ton of damage. Her S3 is also being changed. It used to be the soul burn where you could decrease the skill cooldown. Didn't really matter too much, right? But now they're just reducing the cooldown outright to 3 turns, which is insane. And I think she's going to be a very powerful character. Also, I think that she's getting an exclusive equipment, so she'll be even stronger. So we'll definitely see how much better she'll be. Fenris is getting one as well, so I think they're going to be pretty decent characters. Fenris probably for the future in Rift, and I think New Kid Aiden might be pretty strong in PvP now. We'll have to test and see how good she is. I do have her, so I'll be testing her for you guys on like a separate video. But for now, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this patch note. Do you guys prefer bigger patch notes being less frequent, or more frequent patches with like less characters being buffed? I kind of like how it is, where maybe not 2 characters, but maybe 3 or 4 would be nice, and having more frequent patches. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.